I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I think the only thing anyone should ever feel guilty about is not taking pleasure. But having said that, I do concede that the amount of enjoyment I get from eating supper in bed is almost shameful. But I need to be prepared, I'm ever hopeful, so I have to keep the ingredients in the house that enable me to rustle up a quick supper whenever I want. Pasta puttanesca, that Italian stalwart, is generally translated, on English menus anyway, as pasta cooked in the whorish fashion. Now, I'm sorry to be immodest, but I prefer my translation, slut spaghetti. The sauce, very easy. I'm going to start with some anchovies, and I have a special anchovy prizer. The thing about slut spaghetti is that there's a bit of a debate over why it's called this. Some people say it's because it's got such gutsy, almost vulgar flavours. Others say it's because it's very, very quick to make, so you could probably rustle up a dish of it in between entertaining gentlemen callers. But I think it's probably because the ingredients for it all come from tins or jars or, like anchovies, preserved. So in other words, you could be the sort of slattern who didn't go to market every day and buy fresh produce and still make this sauce. I think I ought to put some oil in this pan, just regular olive oil, nothing expensive. Ready for the anchovies to go in. I must say, I do think anchovies have an unfairly bad reputation, mostly because the ones you get on pizza are just like rusty iron. These are like tender, melting salt nuggets. Quick stir. I want some garlic. I would, if I had to, use garlic oil here, but really the whole point is that nothing about it is subtle. So I don't want hint of garlic, I want full throttle. So I'm having a second clove too. In it goes. And now, while we're keeping everything bold and brassy, quite appropriate, real bit of punch here, some dried chilies. They're so beautiful, I all too easily put too many of them in and end up really with a bowl of fire. But some like it hot, and I certainly do. Goodness me, what was I thinking of? Pasta needs to go in. Spaghetti, obviously. Try and coax these golden strands down into the water. And frankly, while the spaghetti cooks, so will the sauce, but a bit of salt first, not too much, because this is pretty salty, the sauce. Now, Madam shouldn't have to ruin her manicure now, should she? My ring pull opener. In go the tomatoes. Now this is something my mother always did, which is she didn't chop anything before, she just would get some scissors straight into the pan. And very satisfying it is too. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a bit of this to get some of the pasta water out, so I have a bit of starch from the pasta water and all the remains of the tomato in the tin. I want to throw it away. In that goes. And now some capers, caperi. Beautiful. These are nonpareil capers, little French ones. And some gorgeous shiny black olives. They are pitted, and I love the way they look like teddy bears' noses. I think I'm done. I'm just going to let this cook. So as it cooks, it will thicken slightly and all the flavours will meld together. Everything is ready, just a bit of parsley choppage. I mean, obviously, if you don't have any parsley, no one's going to sue you. See? Is it ready? The idea is that water will come out and I can land my spaghetti straight in the pan. So just a light snack. Beautiful. In deference to its name, I'm going to bed. Nothing makes me feel healthier or happier than my spinach, pumpkin seed and avocado salad. I mean, to be honest, it's a meal in itself, but you know, sometimes it's nice to lux it up with a little smoked salmon. And the virtue of smoked salmon, and this is really lovely organic stuff, is that you can eat fish without having to go out and buy it fresh that day. My method of serving is to snip and strew lovely, tender ribbons of smoked salmon. My friend's coming for supper any minute now, and I know she loves this salad. Another snip. That's fine, we don't need to eat too much. You wait till you see the salad. On top of the smoked salmon, a little ground black pepper, as is only right. And instead of the more usual lemon, I want some lime juice. Just a little bit. Much less than if it were lemon, because of course lime is sharper. I just want a sharp acid burst, because lime is what I need in the dressing for the spinach salad. About half a lime, but since I've got 3/4 here, I'm not going to throw it away, am I? And now the lovely green, sharp juices. The sharpness of lime is so perfect against that smooth clay blandness of avocado. Good bit of salt. I know the smoked salmon is salty, but the avocado most definitely needs a bit of extra. And that salt will dissolve a little in the lime juice. Some olive oil. Beautiful. Only about a tablespoon. And think of this as moisturiser you eat rather than have to slather over yourself. And now, the spinach. Really lovely baby leaves. 4 cups, however much you can manage. I can manage a lot. I want a small avocado, and I can manage one by myself easily. I find it best to gouge out lumps of avocado with a teaspoon. Drop them in. Some pumpkin seeds. Just rattle them out. About a 1/4 cup. And now, just add the dressing. Those flecks of lime as it pours over. And mix everything together, gently. Well, everything is harmoniously mingled and just needs to be arranged so delicately on the plate. All I want to do now is add a final few teaspooned out hillocks of avocado. And the really great thing is I feel I'm eating something which is full of health, but it's such a huge portion.